I really had it together before she did her thing. So I'm glad I have papers that I could actually read from. I've also never been on such a large screen before. It's very uncomfortable, I have to say.
You look great.
Good evening, everyone, and thanks for coming out here tonight. I'd like to share a little incident that happened a few hours after my dad passed away. I might not get through the first line. Metal's gonna kill me. Okay, hold on. I got it, guys. I'm breathing. A few hours after my dad passed away, I left the hospital and I took an Uber to the house on Purdue. Exhausted physically, emotionally spent, I slowly meandered my way towards his room, hoping to feel him somehow, to access an energy, and look for a sign in something that he left behind. I searched the top of the coffee table, a drawer, and then I patted down some of his clothes in the hanging closet. In his jacket pocket, I found there were a few sucking candies, some non-dairy creamers, and 3 paper Hanukkah glasses that when you held them up to the light, you would see little flames that would dance in the lenses. My father owned nothing of value. No collectibles, no jewelry, no artwork. His room was void of material wealth. I slowly walked out of the room with zero, zilcho like he used to say, but a whole lot wiser and richer. If my dad taught me anything, he taught me that things don't define man. And the only reason he had things in the first place was to bring Jews closer to God. He would say, I'm a rabbi, I talk a lot. What if I got a little sore throat while I was speaking? How embarrassing would it be if I had to go, get me a case of sucking candies. The same goes for the non-dairy creamer. Can you imagine he would ask with glee while flapping that packet? If I just met a Yid, and he's willing to sit with me, and hear what I have to say, well, haha, I got that non-dairy creamer, now I can go anywhere local and have a cup of coffee with him. And many of you have seen those little Hanukkah glasses over the years. He loved them because he felt that anyone that kept themselves at arm's distance from a rabbi would realize how non-threatening a rabbi with psychedelic glasses on could be. The Tanya clearly teaches the concept of connecting every Jew, and my father embodied this idea to perfection. All souls of Israel, 600,000 particular souls, are root souls, and each root subdivides into 600,000 sparks, which are derived from Jacob, our forefather. That was a long moment. All these souls and sparks are one reality. They are one complete entity. And from this it is understood that each event of a specific soul affects and involves all of the people of Israel. We see this idea very clearly in matters relating to the departure of a soul. As it is said, the taking away of a soul is likened to the giving of the Torah. Just as there were 600,000 souls at the giving of the Torah, so too there were 600,000 at the taking of a soul. This is why the passing and departure of an individual person is connected with the souls of all of Israel, because we all share part of the same root soul. I think it's obvious by looking around the room tonight just how many people's soul was attached to Schwartzie and feel his loss. It gives credence to the fact that anytime, anywhere, Schwartzie met another Jew, he connected on a soul-to-soul level. He was able to weed out all exteriors and hone in on the fact that he was meeting a soul brother or sister. And on a simple, pure faith level, as a chassid of the Lubavitcher Rebbe, it was very clear to him what his mission in this world was: to reveal the light of God and bring Mashiach closer. And anyone who told me that they met Schwartzie inevitably followed that sentence with, and he changed my life. I'd like to share something a little bit more personal. As a daughter of Schwartzie, it's called the phenomenon of unconditional love. Over the last 30 days, myriads of people have reached out to comfort me. I noticed there was an underlying theme in every one of their messages, and it went like this. You know, I'm so sorry for your loss. Your dad was amazing. You know, he loved me very much. And I, his daughter, would say, yes, he loved you very much. In fact, he adored you, and he would speak so highly of you. And they said, no, I don't think you understand. He loved me very much. And we would do this, and then they would say, we were worried to tell you that because we thought you might be resentful that he loved me like a child. And over again, I explained to the members of the Chai Center and dear friends that my father had enough love in him for everyone. And his love for his children was so great that nothing and no one can break. Scream. All right, that was easy. I'll just repeat that. His love for his children was so great that nothing and no one can break that unconditional love. He never compared us. There's a lot of us. He never made us feel competitive one to the other. He just thought we were brilliant, funny, and talented. And to him, we walked on water. And I say this almost flippantly because I was born into this cocoon of love. And I don't know if you know, but I am the favorite. No, really, I am. But I also know that I have no problem sharing that title with my 11 siblings. Nothing can take away the love that my father gave me. Around 15 years ago, my father came back to my home in Jerusalem after teaching for a month in Swird, his home away from home, and now eternally. He handed me a gift that was unwrapped and in a plastic supermarket shopping bag, and he says, guess what? I have a present for you from Spot. And I almost laughed. Todd doesn't give presents. His relationship wasn't based on or dependent on gifts. There was so much giving and receiving emotionally that presents were unheard of. I dip into the bag, and there's a nice size sterling silver charity box, a replica of 770, the Rebbe's shul. The engraving was beautifully done, and I turn to my father and I say, come on, Todd, there's gotta be a story here. And he laughs knowingly and he says, of course. I met a man in the old city of Tzfat, a father of 7, and we get to talking and he tells me that he can barely make a living. My heart was breaking for this Jew, and I told him, well, how much is that 770 that you're working on right now? And he tells me, it costs $770. Oh, 770? It's a sign. I'm in. I'd love to buy it. So here it is. But the truth is, Hindel, what do I need a huge silver pushka for? So for you, keep it. And this is how we grew up with Tanima, because I already had everything I wanted that they can possibly give me, that I knew to question, why was I getting a gift? And I ask you all today on the Shloshim to please remember Schwartzie's messages to the world. We are here for a short time on a mission to enlighten people about Hashem, to love each other unconditionally, because we all have a piece of each other within ourselves as part of the root souls of the Jewish nation. Let's remember to bring out the Schwartzie spark in each of us and not get caught up in the semantics of life, as he used to say, but to keep our eye on the big picture and bring Mashiach now. And now, I'd like to introduce my sister, 2 years my junior, mother of 6. When Dina would walk into the house, my father would always light up and with delight say, Dina's coming in. Party's about to start. Dina Shallman. Our Jewish tradition teaches us that when a person passes away, one's mission in this world is completed on the day of his passing, and his life's achievements are collected and escorts him to heaven. My father was first and foremost a chassid and a shliach of the Lubavitcher Rebbe. Simply put, he was a committed student of the Rebbe's direction to connect Jews to their Jewish identity. He was passionate and excited to wake up every day and connect to any Jew that moves to their Jewish heritage. One of his obsessions was the concept of vashert, or synchronicity, he loved saying. The idea that everything happens for a reason, and nothing is random. This is a powerful Hasidic teaching of the Baal Shem Tov, and a mantra my father focused on all the time. So here's a bit of a vashert that happened to my father on the week of his passing. It coincided with the annual learning of the Basi Lagani Maimer, a special Torah lecture from the Lubavitcher Rebbe. In this particular Torah, focused on the Kabbalistic energy of Yisod. Yisod is the energy of connection. It's the basic human need that we all have, to connect with others. The Rebbe explains that there are two types of connection. There's the connection that one wants for oneself, and the connection that one wants for the sake of others. This is more selfless and powerful. You see where I'm going with this, right? My father was all about connecting to other people. He loved just meeting people. He knew how to make people feel special and valuable just for being who they are, regardless of how big or small, how simple or how smart, or how rich or how poor. If you asked him how business was doing, he'd always say, "Business is booming." Of course business is booming. My father was in the people business, finding one more person to connect with, and then helping them connect to Hashem and to their very own soul. Yes, for him, business was always booming. I like to just illustrate this teaching of connection with the Schwartzie story. As some of you know, my father always used to wear rainbow suspenders. And once I'm like, "Ta, what's with the rainbow suspenders?" They actually kind of embarrassed me sometimes. And he said, when I was younger, I was in a boys' choir, and the cantor and the rabbi wore these tall hats and these long beards and these long talisim, and I was petrified. And I decided that if I'm ever going to be a rabbi, I'm going to wear rainbow suspenders. But who would be afraid of that? For him, it was all about connection. It was about connecting with others on their terms and on their best interests and needs. This was his life mission. He had the most incredible bedside manner on how Bashert that this teaching of connection was the very same week of his passing, escorting him up to heaven. I'd like to leave you with this. My father would always say to me, "Dina, I don't know what I did to deserve such amazing children." Or, "How lucky am I that all my children who have married so far have married their Bashert." And who is the richest person? I am. My nachas for my grandkids and great-grandkids. I am the luckiest man. Today, I'd like to respond to his rhetorical questions. Ta, this was God's way of saying thank you. I believe the blessings in his life and the blessings that we are privileged to, that we are all privileged to be part of, is God's way of saying thank you. Thank you for making it your life's mission to connect with your Jewish brothers and sisters all over the world and showing them that they have a godly soul and that this is so precious and powerful, convincing every person that they can do good in this world, for themselves and for others. I am certain I speak on behalf of my entire family and my Ima. We are the luckiest people. Now, please turn to your attention to the screen to see a short film about my father, Schwartzie.